Today's the day we set aside to honor those who gave their lives in service to this country. Tonight, in a special Memorial Day Price of Freedom, the story of a Marine Corps hero from the war in Vietnam and his family's work to honor him almost 60 years after he was killed in action.
Tell me who Donald J. Riley was.
I'm still finding that out. But what I'm learning that I love is that he was human.
Early in the war in Vietnam, Donald J. Riley flew rescue missions in a Huey helicopter.
The son of one of my cousins, I'd never met before, who was in the Navy, explained that he'd been digging into my dad's citations, and he said, "Your dad was a cowboy."
In the 4-month period, from August to December of 1965, Major Riley earned a Navy Cross, a Silver Star, and a Distinguished Flying Cross, the second, third, and fourth highest honors for valor in combat.
He was a third helicopter trying to free these, I believe, 11 men.
Major Riley flew his final mission on December 9th of that year.
One helicopter came in and immediately drew fire, flew off. Another one came in, same thing, flew off. My dad knew that was happening, so he came in with his lights off. He had someone guide him in with a flashlight. And they started firing, and he just kept going. And he was the only person killed.
After his death, Major Riley was honored at the Marine Corps Barracks in Washington, D.C.
My mother was presented with his medals in September of '66 because he was, at that time, the most decorated Marine of the Vietnam War.
Major Riley was buried close to their home in Memphis.
My mom would say that's not where he is.
As years and lives went on, no other family members were buried there.
He wasn't with his military family. He wasn't with his biological family.
So Allison went to work to figure out would it be possible to move her father's remains to Arlington National Cemetery.
Thinking, sure, you know, and that didn't happen. There's a code, part of there's a little tiny section in Arlington code that says if they've placed a marker, he had just a classic bronze marker, and it's a flat one. If they've placed a marker elsewhere for someone, that person cannot be buried in Arlington.
She contacted an attorney.
You get one appeal, and you can't just say the same thing all over again, so you need to go through your congressman's office.
You may know that Allison is involved in local politics. She's run for office as a Democrat and has been critical of Republican Congressman Chuck Fleischman.
It was very hard for me to want to go to Congressman Fleischman's office and ask for his help. And it was my daughter Meg, who ran against him twice, who said, "Mom, this is his job." And so I contacted Congressman Fleischman's office. He has a man who is his military veteran liaison. He was wonderful. He was incredibly diligent. And what he found out is that all you have to do is pick the marker up.
Detail!
The congressman's staff turned out to be a huge help in getting approval to move Major Riley's remains to Arlington National Cemetery.
We came around this curve, and there were dozens of Marines standing in formation. And he goes, "I think that's for your dad." I was like, "No, there is no way. It was for my dad."
And today, Major Donald J. Riley, after all these years, is in his rightful place, at rest amongst so many more of our heroes who also gave their lives in service to this country.
On behalf of the President of the United States, the Commandant of the Marine Corps, and grateful nation, please accept this flag as a symbol of our appreciation for your loved ones' honorable service to country and Corps.
Major Donald J. Riley was interred at Arlington National Cemetery on May 7th. There's so much more to this fascinating story. I have an extended edit of my conversation with Allison Riley Gorman posted on my YouTube channel right now. That channel is at Josh Rowe. You can also find my YouTube channel by scanning the QR code you see right there on your screen right now.